hopefully fixed our technical issues. It's been a long hour or so, but here we are. The Iconic Productions 13th Age game, Heroes at the Edge of Desolation. I am Becca, the GM, and with me are most of the Obsidian Souls, and they are ready to unleash the worms tonight. I will get everybody caught up.
That's fun.
Right? With a recap, and I need everyone to roll your iconic relationships. Nothing for Miles. First time for everything, man.
I did roll 2 ones
I got
in a row.
nothing as well.
Might be a three ones in a row kind of day.
Yeah.
I got a 5 for Demolos and 5 for the Rivener.
Nice.
Yay. First time I've gotten them in like a month.
Right? Chris, please roll Rules Iconic Relationships. I believe Miles and Y have gotten nothing.
I just did. I got a 6 with the Guild of Fallen Leaves. That's it.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so to recap, the Obsidian Souls once lived, or were visiting a nice little town called Druthin. They kind of got wrapped up into the Adventurers Guild there, and as a result were encouraged to help figure out what is going on with the Scorpion General and her rising armies of not undead, but definitely trouble. They went to Castle Safan, took care of the armies, they believe, and then decided to go to the Chitinous dungeon to take care of the general herself. They made it with some different side stories along the way, which included potentially burning down a temple. And once inside, discovered that there was a maze, there were people, and there were sandworms. It was decided that maybe the group wasn't quite ready to take on the general herself. So instead, they have decided to unleash the sandworms on the armies of the cult of the Scorpion. So last week, the Obsidian Souls went around to find a worm, find a way to get the worm to go the way they wanted it to, and find a way to the campsite where they would unleash the worm. Once they found those 3 things, they've realized that there's the potential for human casualties, and wanted to consider the fact that maybe not all of them were evil. So the group went in, discovered some of the camp is cult, and some of the camp is innocent explorers. Which is where you found Y again, with Orion, having wandered back. And you sent the explorers to harvest the crystals from the sandworms, but you sent them the long way around that would take them several hours to get to and back. You're taking a quick rest, at which point everyone should have gotten an advancement into their level, and I believe the plan was to get a worm, bring it back to this campsite, and kill the 15 or so cultists who were still here. Show me what you got.
I've got hammers. I can smash things
Nice.
with them. Missing some of my memories and such. If I had to be missing my background, so it would just be
Yeah. I think the original plan was to send V the Varling to bring them back. Do we still have access to that?
To V, you're gonna have very limited access to V right now.
Cool. Alright, so we gotta make do with what we got?
Kind of.
I don't even know.
I can try some magic-y stuff.
I'm down.
Who knows? Maybe I have some tricks up my sleeve, as they say in the business of magic. That's funny. I don't have any spells that have anything to do with animals, though. So, slight pitfall.
I do want to remind you there was a potential plan of Miles running in front of the worm.
Yep. That was a plan.
Great.
We could still do that, and I'm still game for it.
And if it would help too, maybe Dave could throw me at some point.
Through you?
Right. Don't tell the elf.
Wait, what are we? Wait, so Miles is gonna run in front of this worm, which is going to lead it to where we want it to go. Why is it chasing you? Just because it just wants to like eat.
Because that was going to be the bait to get the worm to follow.
Oh, that's very brave. I like that. Okay, I'm down with that plan.
I'm glad you're on board. Good stuff. Alright, well, actually, I'm curious, Chris, would we want to try and use the guild? I know you got a 6 to try and give me some sort of an advantage to getting out of there or getting the worm here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to call it in for that. We can pull all our resources together and go worm hunting.
Okay, do you want to use it to, like, try and get the worm not necessarily delivered, but encouraged this direction, or do we want to use it for me while I run?
So let's think about this. We're still kind of in the Chitinous dungeon. We've got armies coming, but we want to go outside, lure a sandworm, charge. Are we wanting it to charge the armies or bring it? We wanted to charge the armies, right? We're trying to expose the people inside.
We're trying to get rid of the explorers that were the first people to come in, and then I have this written down. Just a second.
Yeah,
Because we had 2 different plans. One was originally to unleash the sandworm on
something like that. What else could the guild do? I mean, if we could get somebody shipped out that would be an expert in something, that would be great. Probably not.
Okay, here's an idea.
But
Why don't hear me out? Why don't we bring this worm into the area where there are the 11 various adventurer, explorer people that we want to also die? We bring it in there as like a test run. Okay, so Miles runs ahead. The worm follows Miles. I can use my earth bending similar abilities because I am an elemental. I'll close the doors so the worm is trapped in there. See what happens. If it's powerful enough to kill all those people super quickly, maybe it's the best idea, and then we just open up one of the exits. Where else is the worm gonna go? We just send Miles running again, and then bam, out to the armies and finished. That's my idea.
Becca, how long do we have until the army gets here?
Well, that's a very good question, seeing as you did, kill the leader and then blow things up.
Becca, I can actually answer your question with your old answer.
Good.
What's your old
She said 3 days when we were... we have 2.5 days.
Sure.
That's what we have left.
I like Operation Worm. I think we should just go for it. No more deliberating. We've thought about this enough. Let's do it.
Alright, so I'm gonna go worm running.
It's funny because typically, like if you went fishing, like the worm would be the bait, you know?
Actually,
Good.
alright.
I have a question for Becca.
Yeah.
I would want to use my favor with the guild to get gear or potions, something that could help Miles. That could help him. So if he has to run on sand, run away from a giant worm, something that could make him faster, something that could help him stay on top of the sand. Would that fit the bill for trying to call in an icon relationship favor, or can I go higher than that? Just, I mean, if it's the guild and providing trade and merchandise and whatnot.
Yes. Here is what I'm going to say for your iconic relationship that you're calling in with the guild. Because you're using the guild, and because you have already paid the price, there is someone from the guild in this camp. You tell me what he has. That you want.
The guild member would have some kind of potion or I don't know, a special granola bar, special brownies of some kind, maybe, that would make Miles run really, really fast and let him have high endurance for trying to escape from the worm.
Okay.
I couldn't resist the joke, given the date.
Okay. So, you are aware that Erasmus the Thin is in camp. He came with Darul here. And he's kind of been just kind of waiting around and sees you guys go into the explorer's tent and follows. And he's kind of sitting there listening to your plan. And Darul, when you bring up something for Miles, or, you know, whoever's going to be the bait, to be able to run faster and have better endurance, he kind of perks up. He goes, "Oh, yes! So before I had these legs, I had very slow legs. I had to make this in order to make sure I could move faster. So hang on just a second." And he goes to his bags and kind of roots through them and digs, and he pulls out a small vial. It's enough Miles for 2 gulps at the most. And he holds it up, and it's bright purple, kind of pulses a little in the light. And he goes, This is what you need. It'll make you faster. It'll make you keep going longer and longer, and you won't ever stop. Do you want it?
I do. How do I stop, though?
It runs out. There's not a lot in here. So when it leaves your body...
You just said I run forever, so I was nervous that I would just never stop.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
I get it. This is my fault. I get it. You're gonna stop. Like, you won't be able to use your legs for like 4 hours after you drink this once it stops.
Good to know.
Okay?
So how does one use this?
You drink it, and then you move your legs.
Cool. Okay. Just checking. Alright. Well, thank you, Erasmus. Sorry, the Thin. I believe I have some running to do. And also, you guys should maybe go get some stuff out of this area so that it doesn't all get destroyed. If that makes any sense. You guys should do that while I make my way back to the worm cavern.
I'm going to go sit in the corridor
Good call.
away from here.
And on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and just hand all of my stuff to Vave. While. And I will take a dagger, because that just seems sketchy not to have. But I'm gonna take my old dagger, which isn't as cool. Yep, so you have all my stuff now. Don't lose it. I have kept track of everything that I own. So, anyways, alright, and then I'm just gonna take off. I'm not gonna run there. I'm gonna save the vial for running back.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So, for everyone else, as I, again show you the map, here's the camp. Oh no, I can get this in screen. Here's the camp. Here's where the the entrance to the sandworm caverns are. Where do you all want to wait? Erasmus is going to go wait in this corridor out here.
Is there like a perch of some kind that we can get up to? Just like watch the whole thing happen?
Why don't you all
Make one?
make an investigation check to see if there's a good spot to watch?
Oh yeah. Is that intelligence?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Intelligence.
She got a natty 20.
Intelligence plus level plus a background that will help you find something.
I mean, I got a 23.
Darul.
My total is 22.
Okay. And Babe, what's your total?
30.
30. Very nice. Okay.
With the net 20. Throwing that in there.
You want to remind me of that again, Paul? I might have forgotten.
Yeah, there's that 20. It made me happy. I feel like she never rolled that 20.
That 20s are really exciting. No, it's good.
It is.
That's
It's
like the same I'm excited than the 15 in like 18 months.
It is. So, since you guys are looking very specifically for a place to kind of be out of the way but still able to see what is going on, you're looking for a place that would be safer than, the middle of the camp. You begin to kind of backtrack towards the hole that Miles has disappeared down to get the sandworms, and you discover, well, really it's Vave whose helmet discovers it, but there's a crack in one of the walls, and you kind of push on it a little, and it swings open, and you find a room, a secret room, and you enter, and you discover it's got, much similar to the looking glass back in the center control room, it's got crystal on the walls, and you realize this crystal is kind of see-through. It's not the best, but it's pretty transparent, and you could probably stay inside this room and see what is going on out in the camp. So, you found a watching nook to wait and see if Miles survives.
Let's see if I survive.
Alright, so here's the thing, Miles. You are going to have to be faster than the worm, but the worm is going to have to keep up with you.
Yes, I understand.
So
I can't run too fast, but I can't run too slow.
exactly, you gotta run right on the money. I am going to be rolling for the worm. You are going to be rolling for yourself. And depending on bonuses that you have added, you can increase your speed or decrease your speed as we go.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I am going to take some thieves oil, which gives me a +1, just so I have that little bit extra.
Excellent. Some essential thieves oil.
Yes.
Great. Darul.
People may give me a +1.
If I remember right, Chris made us a bunch of ropes along the way, too.
Yes.
And so, Miles, that might be a good idea to take some of that, since it'd be light. And I'll stay to observe as much as I can, but I'll say my plan would be, so Miles knows, if he gets inside to that doorway, then I can find a good way to toss him a rope and pull him out of the way, basically just in case he can't stop.
I think my goal is just going to be to run sort of straight through the middle of camp and then dodge out and then go down a tunnel.
Okay.
Not a, but at least one of us or all of us could wave you down and say, "Hey, we found a room here."
I like that idea too.
Okay.
All right.
So, Miles, as long as you are above the number that I roll with your dex and level,
Okay.
you stay ahead of the sandworm. If you stay within 5 above what I roll, You are close enough. If you go above that, you start to get too far away. All right?
Okay.
We're going to roll 4 times. And we will see if you and the sandworm are able to maintain the correct distance. The potion that you take is going to give you a +4.
Okay.
Okay? Yes, Vave.
You said that his bonuses, if I'm hearing it correctly, you said his bonuses could go either way depending on what he needs?
No.
Give him a- Okay.
But if you need to reduce, this is when you are going to then use the points you guys got from building this dungeon.
Alright.
This would be a time to use those points to reduce your DC. Okay? So, I have the 4 boxes here. We have dice. 1, 2, 3, and 4. As I throw it at my face. Here. I am not... Ooh. Since it is a skill check, you do get to use a background if you would like. You have to decide before you roll the dice.
Ooh, good to know. Question.
Yes.
If I'm going faster than the worm, wouldn't I be able to slow down a little bit?
The worm is going to lose interest.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Okay. All right. So, nobody's nervous, right? Everybody's good? Miles, you find the first you find the sandworm. It is about the size of the one that knocked you down outside in the desert as you were coming here. Might make you a little nervous.
Okay,
It's
definitely.
dark brown. It has crystals that seem to be forming, and as it moves, those crystals break off. And those beetles that you saw earlier, these ones are much smaller, are running forward and kind of eating those crystals. So, how do you get its attention?
I think I'm gonna throw rocks and yell and see what that does.
All right, you have its attention. It starts moving towards you. Please make your first roll. Dex level and a background, along with your Thieves' Oil and your Speed Potion. So that's +5. Okay. Here we go.
I don't see this going well.
Maybe it's
I don't think I should use background. I'm not gonna use background this time, just so you know.
Wait, do you get to choose if you use the background each time, or is it like one?
Each time.
Alright, you first.
24.
Oh god.
They're fast boogers.
I got a 16.
Okay. It
Oh no! You got
leaps. Oh. And I think it hits you.
Oh yeah, I think it one-shots me every time.
Practically, you take 30 points of damage as it kind of like smashes down on you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Cool.
You have to make every single one right on the dot now. Either that or flip.
Okay. You taking off?
I'm not hanging around.
Oh, I mean, you can lay down and just die.
I mean, I'm pretty close to death anyways. I've already got 2 of my death miles is a goner. But
When you
I'm gonna use the background this time.
when you guys took your advancement, you went to full health.
Do you get death saves back?
Yes.
Yeah, you get recovery.
Oh. Not recoveries, death saves.
You get your recoveries. You healed up with your getting one advancement. So you're not as dead as you might think you are.
Okay. I'll have more questions about that later. Anyways, I'm going to use a background this time. And it's definitely going to be Rival Temple Infiltrator because I've had to run away from so many guards.
Classic.
Yep. So,
1 second while I write that down. See, now I'm going to outrun it this time. All right, I'm ready about that.
Okay.
Ready when you are.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, can you guys hear
Okay,
me?
can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
go ahead
and
roll
roll
for your next one.
for your next one.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
I got a 26.
I got a 26.
Are you kidding me?
And I got a 24. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 from the pool.
There's 3.
I think I only have to match it, don't I? Do I have to beat it by 1?
You want to be above
You want to
it.
be above it.
Okay, so make that 3. All right, I'm 1 above.
Okay.
Okay,
So you got to 27.
27.
All right.
All right,
Here we go.
here we go.
Number 3.
Number 3.
I just need to start rolling higher than a 10 and I'll be fine. I was close.
26.
26.
I got 27.
Oh, nice.
No.
You got
I got a
26.
26. So I'll have to use another 1 point. Let's see. That's the 3rd time. Okay. 1 more run.
Okay,
Here we go.
here we go.
Ooh.
Ooh,
16.
16.
I ran way too fast. In that case, I did a 29.
Could we use the points to get him lower? Or
Yes.
is that
Yes.
not?
No, you can
No,
use
you
those
can
points
use
to
those
get 'em
points
lower.
to get them lower.
That's a lot of points. Okay.
Yeah.
26. You got a 16.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 points. That's not much to get us out of here, but okay.
I mean, you'd be within 5. Within 5.
Oh, within 5.
So you
Okay.
just have to get down to like 21.
21, and I got a 27. So I need to use 6 points. I need to use 6 points.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
So
worm, as it gets to the end, it almost gets stuck in that hole.
in that hole. Like
that
hole was for a much smaller worm.
And
now it got a little bit stuck, and you saw that you outpaced it, so you had to kind of come back.
It sees you,
it
surges forward, breaks the hole open a little bit more, and follows you into
camp.
So you have learned
the sandworm in. Are you just running through
and then
eventually doubling back and waiting a little bit?
Yeah, my goal is to run sort of into camp, make sure the sandworm sees the people, and then make my hasty escape. Yeah, and then eventually double back to, I don't know, not accidentally die in the tunnels.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So
you
in
your
room
room
of
of safety.
Watch
Watch Miles
go zipping
past you.
Kind of come back
around the corner.
They go zipping past you again,
and the giant sandworm
goes
goes
right
by that.
Essentially
a window.
The transparent
wall.
And
And you watch it go around the corner, and
you
can hear the screams,
and you can see some of the destruction. And yeah.
So bad right now.
It's pretty messy. And let's see how many. All right. It takes out about 10 of the cultists. The other 4 just go sprinting in different directions. Screaming down the tunnels. And you wait in that room for a while, and the worm, it destroys everything. Bodies, tents, campfire, etc. Supplies are destroyed. Everything is just ruined. And eventually, it seems to wear itself out and slither its way back home. While Miles is working his way back, Darul, Y, and Vave, what do you do?
I'm screaming and shouting like war cries. Yes, blood. I don't know, something like that. I'm probably just shouting off nonsense. And also, hey, Miles, come here.
I want to go down there and collect whatever the worm left behind.
Okay.
Like if there's crystals or like special looking blood, I would like it, please.
Okay.
Their blood.
Okay. And
Vave?
Where did the worm go?
It returned home. So it went back through that hole that it had made larger now. Back into the caverns.
I'm gonna go to Miles and make sure that he's okay.
Okay.
You're fairly certain he's gonna come back, so you kind of get ready
for him to
come back.
So
why?
You find 8 crystals about the size of your palm. And do you have anything to hold the blood in?
She might have, or no. If she takes one of the vials that I had 2 healing potions. I only filled one of those up with poison. So if she really needed a vial, she'd probably take one from me and I wouldn't notice.
Did you use another healing potion since you got chomped?
No, I haven't done any of that yet.
But since you got chomped, you might have some extra vials.
Yeah, I won't have any of those until I get back, though, since I left everything with Vave.
I mean, you could see if there was anything left in the little village and tents and stuff. I'm sure there was something in there, too, like a jar of some sort.
What's Y trying to do?
I'm trying to collect things. Like I just want like whatever seems like it might benefit me in the future, you know, like mushrooms or like stuff that I've never seen before. Maybe I just want to like be a part of it. I don't know. Blood is cool too. I mean, there's always a good use for that, I feel like. In case there's like a sacrifice or something, collect it.
So practical.
So, on practical life, I don't know if that's word I'd use. Can I take part in this looting? After cheering?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be part of this looting thing eventually, too. I'll just be crawling. Probably. I might be able to run still. We'll find out.
Can I pick him up so he can't crawl away, so he can, like, recover somehow?
Yes.
Yes. So Dave, you
follow
Miles's
run. And you do find him in a corner. Kind of try and crawl, stumbling, falling down again. As the potion is wearing off, and you are able to pick him up and bring him back. Why? With a healing potion vial and some other things you find around, you are able to get 3 small jars of this thick black brownish blood from the worm. Darul, are you looking for anything in particular? Or just kind of picking up what's around?
I would want to find anything else explosive, since I've already got some explosives, and we can use that that'd be great in close quarters. But other than that, probably just if there's any other loot.
Okay. You want to blow stuff up. Unfortunately, these people had not gotten around to quite the explosives that you are looking for. Any explosives that were there are probably from the explorers part of the camp, and they have been taken with them. Because you guys did recommend that they take all their stuff. So unfortunately, there's no other explosives. You do find about 65 gold pieces in all the loot. You realize in this place the gold probably wasn't very valuable, and so then that's why it seems like there's a lot of it just kind of around. It had lost its value because you can't eat gold. So. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Cool. Do we... Sidebar question. Do we have a team purse?
I believe Miles holds it.
A team purse. I was like, what are you asking for? Yeah, I have it. We have quite a bit.
Eventually, then... Yeah, just add 65 to it.
Oh, add 65? Cool. When I eventually get to start looking around, I'm going to be looking for... I'm going to say, like, books and anything like that would give us more information on either the Scorpion General or... what her followers were doing.
Unfortunately, the cult leader was swallowed by the worm. So any books she had that were on her. Yeah, that was a bad roll. I'm sorry. They've been swallowed. I mean, you can follow behind and wait a few hours.
I feel like I wouldn't want that book.
The book. The only book that you recall seeing in camp was one that was on the cult leader Elaz's body at some point, and her body is not at the campsite. Those of you who are watching, you seem to recall she was one of the screamers who got eaten. So
Okay.
You know.
Cool. Well, in that case, we should probably. Well, I'm gonna do some rallying, but or take some recoveries. But the rest of us, we might want to come up with a plan to either start prepping for the army or go outside to try and figure out how to set up a trap there, or even maybe figure out how to leave.
Yeah, Darul.
Yeah, Darul.
One of the things with the explosives, if we're not going to use it on people, is we might be able to collapse an entrance or something.
That could.
Can I have everyone just roll a straight
intelligence check for me?
Yeah, I'm so intelligent tonight, just so you know. Like, just oozing intelligence. I just want everybody to know.
Just a straight D20
intelligence,
or
D20 intelligence plus level, no background.
Cool. I got a 19.
18.
18, 19.
20. Not natural.
20.
26.
26.
All
right. So you all have rolled very high.
Very high.
And
enough that our 18, 19, and 20 you definitely remember
in your
research that
there were secret tunnels into the dungeon. And so maybe it's not so much about having to blow up one of the entrances because that would then leave it exposed. But finding one of the secret tunnels, getting out, getting the explorers out, and maybe collapsing it behind you. Dave, you recall a passage down underneath the dungeon that seems more built than worm carved, for a lack of better term. Because a lot of those tunnels that you followed down below were created by the worms. But you do recall there was one part where maybe something was built instead. That might be the direction you want to take before looking for one of those secret tunnels.
Okay. I'm going to relay that information to everybody else.
Okay. Cool. So with that, what is the plan? You have explorers digging up crystals down below. You have a few cultists still surviving in this tunnel, but probably won't for long. And you have an army that's now about, as Miles said, 2.5 days away. Yeah, Darul.
I would vote that we get out and start hiking, or start, hightailing it. Start trying to get out.
The only other concern that I have is whether or not we want to try and fight the Scorpion General, or if we just want to leave her there since, she's been locked up for this long. And if we can take care of the army, then maybe we don't have to worry about her for a while. But do we want to try and, destroy her before we move on? Or do we want to take the people and just get out?
That sounds scary.
I believe I recall a previous discussion that when we were close to her, like in the control room, along the lines of, if she's this powerful that they built this kind of prison around her and she's been imprisoned here for a long time, maybe we should just try and help the prison keep her here instead of trying to destroy her, since that might bring hell down on our heads.
Cool. I'm totally down with that. So
I think we should keep in mind that we need to do whatever brings Orion's honor back, and that should be our primary goal here.
Didn't he get his honor?
I think getting his
Did
honor.
he get his honor and I wasn't here?
No, I think he just gets his honor by making sure that she stays here. Becca?
Do we confront Orion and ask him what he thinks?
Sure.
Yes.
That makes way more sense.
So
Orion has been listening in on all of your conversations here, and he goes,
well, it's a very sticky situation. I do think at some point I will have to come back and put her down for good. But I think right now, as long as we make sure she stays here, that's enough. And I'll just have to come back and check on her in a little bit.
Well, my little friend, you've been here. You've got a map. You can make sure that she stays in her cage.
Yes.
I might even have to.
I might even have to stay here for a little bit just to make sure that whatever we do hasn't released her. So as long as we lock the cage, that should be good. But I might need to stay around for a little bit.
Orion, would you rather us take care of her now?
I don't
know.
I mean, it'd be easier. Then I could go home.
And you'd have your honor.
I would have
my honor, but it's not your problem.
I
don't want to get you guys involved too much.
Well, thinking about it too, if we take care of her, then we don't have to necessarily worry about the army that's on its way.
True.
That is true.
Anyone else?
Do we have the capacity to do that, though?
We can get in there and...
No, that's not what I mean.
What do you mean the capacity?
To actually defeat her.
I think so.
Okay.
I believe in us. Plus, there's a cage behind us, so we should be maybe...
And I have a magic stick, so...
Isn't it a rock?
Does.
No, it's a stick.
It is a stick made from stone. It is a... I'm sorry. It's just funny. No, never mind. It's just the day today is funny because it's the stick is made of stone. Never mind.
Cool. I think we should go in and take care of the general. Could be sketchy. Might want to consider me a primary target of hers, considering she already knows who I am. But aside from that, I think we got this.
I vote we do it. Let's get it.
Lots of explosives on the general? Or do you think the big crazy thing might be able to kill her? Like, what was the spider? Wherever that spider is, whatever her name is.
Do you mean Trip?
Yeah. She's kind of fuzzy. It seems here, but it's I don't know why. Wasn't she doing stuff with it? Is there a way we could get the thing to kill her?
I don't think so. I think it was just a trap, but I mean, we can go check. It's right outside her door, so. I mean, I don't see why we couldn't check.
I mean, if y'all are set on trying to kill her, what if this prison could are there guillotines around?
Okay,
Like,
here's a question. Just a quick thought. Like if it were okay, there must have been so much that went into creating a prison that could contain such a powerful being, right? So if they had all that power to make this fancy prison, wouldn't you think that they would have the power to kill her as well? So like there has to be some thought behind this, like why didn't they just kill her in the first place? Maybe it's because like they weren't able to, or maybe it was because like there's a reason why she should be kept alive.
I was thinking it was a punishment. You can't, like, you're stuck in this prison. No one's going to be able to get to you. You're not going to be allowed to leave. And now you're going to have to be here for thousands and thousands of years. That's sort of my thought. It was more a punishment rather than a we can't kill you.
Also, I feel like a prison like this has got to have like a backup plan, like a self-destruct button or something to keep her in.
I mean, we could always go out with a bang if we had to. Wink, wink. Hint, hint. Small dwarven friend.
Just excuse me for a few minutes, but you have all the access to everything that I have. Just a few minutes.
Okay.
Cool. In that case, I think we're going into the center. Yeah? Maybe set up some, I don't know. Set up some bombs on the way just to make sure, like a fail safe. Like if we can't do it, then I don't know. Something happened.
Okay, are you guys going to go back to the center through the maze or through the tunnels underneath?
Good question. I was thinking probably the tunnels, but I was also thinking we might try and get the people to help us.
The explorers?
Yeah, as we go through, since we've given them this access to the gems and crystals, that maybe they would help us with that, and as a payment for helping us, we could help them leave.
Okay.
That way we
Why
have
invade you? Continue.
I was going to say that was it, and that way we have a little extra helping hands if we need it, since we know that they're not on the side of the Scorpion General.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds pretty thought out. I'm in.
All right. So you guys track back through the tunnels, and you pass the lair where the sandworm was. You guys kind of backtrack over miles. Flight. I was trying to think of what you did. I was like, it's not a marathon, it's sprint. And it has been some time since the worm attack. You guys healed a little bit, you looted, you talked and discussed. So by the time you get to where the explorers are, they are wrapping up. They have gotten goods that they think can give them great money on the outside. They just have to now figure out how to get to the outside. And Jacqueline, the leader, sees you approaching, and she kind of waves her hands and says, "Oh, yes, you have gifted me with great knowledge and even more personal wealth, and I thank you for that. We were just heading back to camp. What are you doing out here?
We're here for a couple reasons. One, there's really no reason to go back to camp. And it's a dangerous place. There was a giant sandworm attack, so I recommend avoiding that.
Wait, there was a sandworm attack?
Yes.
How?
Yep. I was running. It was chasing.
It
Then
chased you?
Mayhem. Yep.
And you survived.
It got me. I mean, as you can tell, I'm not walking right now. I'm on her shoulders. My legs hurt really bad.
Yes, I see that.
Yep. And so there's that. But on another note, the reason why we're here is we were hoping you would help us destroy a general, and in trade, we will help you get out.
I'm sorry. He said destroy a general. You're not talking about the Scorpion general, are you?
Oh, we are.
Okay, you are. You know, I didn't take you for insane. Maybe a little out there and exploratory. Right. Well, enjoy your fight against the Scorpion General. Good luck with that.
You. What a nice lady.
And why don't you want to help?
Oh, because I don't have a death wish. I have been in this dungeon for about 4 months now, and I'm still alive because I haven't gone to try to kill the general. And I now have crystals and wealth, and I do want to stay breathing and alive, you know. One of those things that I prefer. I'm not crazy like you, Kat. I'm not.
So what are you going to do with this wealth if you can't leave?
Well, we are still working on discovering a way out. We are hopeful that in these tunnels down here, there might be another entranceway or something.
Sounds like you got a death wish, girl. Talking about us being insane. You're about to get lost in here forever.
Or, you know, eaten by a
Quite
sand?
possibly. Quite possibly. But I'm not going to go look for my death. If it finds me in the tunnels, it finds me in the tunnels. I'm not looking for it.
See, you could go looking for trouble and guarantee your escape, or you could risk being stuck down here and risk being killed.
Dave, what do you suggest?
Why are we even trying to kill the general?
Well, we killed the general
See?
to fight the army.
I knew this oxen had a smart head on her.
Why? I mean, why is she bad? Like, what have we been doing this for?
Because she destroyed the world, or tried to.
Do you
I
want me
guess
to give you
maybe
the
we-
cultist? Go ahead. Why?
I'm just thinking maybe she's got a point. Maybe we should sit down with the general and hear her side as well. I mean, the Miles never gave her a chance. You know, she was like, "Hey, I got all this information. Like, all you got to do is be on my side." And he was like, "Oh no," you know, it's kind of judgy.
Miles, your friend seemed to tell me that you were judgy, which, oh, wait, that's how you are with me. Feels like there's a pattern. Yes, babe.
Okay, so not in character, could we just like go through how we got to this point and why the general is so bad?
Go for it.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, I think she's a delight. So,
Okay,
I mean,
well,
release her into the world. That's my vote.
okay, I think the reason why we stumbled down this path is because one of our first missions, we fought off a bunch of the scorpion people, right? Because they were trying to do bad things. Like, we had to stop them because they were trying to release even more of this army. So maybe the reason why we're trying to kill this lady is because if she gets released, then there'll be this huge army and then everybody will die. Well, but that's just to assume that she wants to kill us all. I mean, maybe being a part of the army has really good benefits.
Quite possibly. I will bring up something that Trip would bring up, and that is the fact that those people who first attacked in Jerusalem were looking for the cold-souled one, and in the ritual beneath Castle Safan, you discovered them attempting to break through to the plains of ash and dust, which is not a great place. And Colin went through that portal in order to stop it. And so you know that there's something about the cold-souled one that they're looking for who could possibly unleash something worse than armies. And they are right, Miles. She offered you information in the world, and all you had to say was, you know, yes, my liege.
Yeah, and slavery to this lady, and probably some scorpion masks that control my mind.
Probably, potentially, maybe, but nothing was guaranteed in that.
Actually, she did say that I would be free to lead the way I wanted to, and she would not control me. But also, that sounds just manipulative and sketchy.
In hindsight, I think you definitely should have taken her offer.
I guess she's on the side of me. We should
No,
listen to her.
I still think we should not release her into the world.
Well, I mean,
but
I
we
don't
could
want to release her into the world.
What we could do is we could ask her or if she knows anything about the cold souled one before we do anything else. We could just go talk to her through the crystal ball, ask her who is the cold souled one, or where is the cold souled one? Something like that.
Yep, let's do it. I say we get her side on things, but we should prepare for the worst, and we should do something to neutralize her. Like, I don't want to reference any movies, but we should have some sort of backup plan so that if she gets all powerful and stuff, we can just be put her underwater or something,
Cool. I like that plan. I think I should.
Do I still have that starfish?
Yeah, you still have the starfish.
No, we still have the surface.
Yes.
I actually like
Cool.
that idea. We could just flood it. That sounds kind of fun. But on another note, I think I should be left out of the planning just in case she attempts to take over my mind. For the backup plan, that is. The rest of it I can be in on, but
Wait, the backup plan? What's the backup plan?
the bombs are just what I was just saying with the
Oh, I see. Okay.
So anyway, why do you have a plan for that?
As you know, I am the planner in the group. So yes, naturally I have this very intelligent, well thought out plan. So here are the steps. First step, we talk to her. Second step is we get the information we want. Third step, we unleash the starfish. Fourth step, she drowns, we escape, make sure we keep the starfish. And then fifth step, we go home.
I love the confidence. Darul, you have something to add to this 5-step plan?
Yeah, just subsection, I don't know, B or alternate plan B, I guess, for any of those steps.
Yes, my favorite section.
Goes wrong and it doesn't go to that plan, then either A, smash it with my hammers, or B, I blow it up.
Or C, we let her take over Miles's mind and we leave him and get out. She gets what she wants, we get what we want.
We smash him with my hammers and blow him up and then run away.
I like that idea. I am already trapped inside of another dungeon in my dreams. So, I mean, it makes sense for me to just be trapped inside of another dungeon. Thank you.
Exactly.
Wow.
Okay, so
let's just
plan
go talk
A,
to
we
her.
drown her. Plan B, we sacrifice Miles.
Perfect.
Andy is not sacrificing Miles.
Okay, well, think about it. Best case scenario, he is able to break the mind trick, play with her, because she even said that she'd give him some free will. So maybe he is able to overcome, or worst case scenario, I mean, he's already part the way gone, she's already got him in his dreams, like one of his little toes is in the dream world, right? So, I mean, how much are we really losing? Well, but then I guess she doesn't die.
At this point, I would turn to Miles and just look straight at him and say, if I was in your position, threatened with this, I would ask you to kill me. What do you want?
I would say if she does end up controlling me in a permanent fashion, yes, you can kill me. Actually, yes. No, you probably should, just in case. But
no, wait, listen. I can do it. I could just get back into your mind. I got into his mind when we had to, do a little sleepy, brainwashy kind of business. I bet we could team up and get you to come back to our side after she takes you over, if that happens.
That sounds sketchy.
Sounds super sketchy, but also I'm on board. It worked really well the first time, so let's go for it.
Okay,
Right,
so let's go.
I'm gonna lead the way
and talk to her first.
Yeah, crystal ballroom, talking to her. Ready, go. We're gonna end up leaving these people and saying, "Hey, we'll take our crystals, and we'll be on our way. If we find you,
can we talk to her through the crystal ball?
Yeah, we can talk to her through the crystal ball.
I think.
If we see these people on the way out, then we will help them leave. If not, then
sucks to suck.
Dead we are.
Okay. So you came to the explorers, you dumped information on their lap, and you're walking away now. Awesome. They are, well, they're going to go back to the maze, and they're going to set up camp in the maze and wait for you to come back. You guys go with them, you see, because that's the way out of the tunnels. You head to the center room.
Okay,
And you
question.
find the control
I'm so
room.
sorry.
Yes, ma'am. No,
How
that's
am
fine.
I supposed to drown her if we're in the crystal ballroom? Can the crystal ball magically make the water go into her room as well? I feel like I have to be within her presence. And I feel like Miles has to come as well because I feel like he's our bait in this situation once again. So here's the new strategy. I think that myself and Miles, we should go to the regular room, and then Vave and Rule can hang out in the crystal ball area and kind of be like the little wizard hand above the whole situation while we're doing the negotiating / killing.
Just so you know, we can talk to her through the crystal ball, so we don't have to talk to her face to face.
Yeah, but what if she says something that we don't want her to say? Like, aren't we trying to drown this fool?
Well, we're figuring out what her motives are, and then we'll go from there. But I'm pretty sure I already know her motives,
Right.
considering she's in my mind. But since none of you believe me, we can talk to her through crystal ball.
Cool. Okay, right. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
Cool. So, Becca, I assume we're at the
Yes.
crystal ball.
Yes, it's been another 45 minutes, hour back to the crystal ball. Miles, you can hobble on your own now
Yay.
if you would like, but you are definitely slowed.
I'll just keep resting on her shoulders and act like I'm not able to walk yet, just so I can just recover all the way.
Okay.
So once we get to the crystal ball, can we speak to her using the crystal ball?
You assume so. So, yeah, you get to that room. You've gone past the golem guards, reached the room. For ease, I mean, Trip is back in here, and she sees you, and she's been working on manipulating it, so she pulls it around and pulls up that one. I'm going to use crystal angle, where you see a very angular-faced elven woman sitting cross-legged in the middle of the floor, apparently meditating.
I'm going to say there, hey there. It's been a while since you've talked to anyone, I take it. Do we get any sort of a response?
Everyone make a perception check.
Intelligence, right?
Perception would be wisdom.
Thank you.
Yep.
18.
9.
Do we get a background?
Yes.
24.
14 then.
Why does yours go up? Because of the background?
Rival Temple Infiltrator. Generally, I'm looking for cues and things of guards walking around.
Okay.
No, I don't have a background.
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't know what would play into this situation at all.
So your two
Yeah.
backgrounds are Hermit of the Woods, Elemental Hermit of the Woods, and Mercenary of the Outlying Cities. Well, when you are either of these things, is there any time that you are on edge looking for tells in people, trying to pick up maybe small signs or hints that things are going a certain way?
Not usually. Things typically go my way.
Okay. I love it. All right. And Darul, what did you end up getting?
13.
Okay. Why? You think you see a twitch on this woman, and Vave, you definitely see a smirk before she goes back to kind of stone-faced.
Well, she's a tough
That's
cookie.
all the reaction.
Maybe we have to tell her something she's interested in. I want to take over the ball, and I want to say, Miss Scorpion General, have you ever considered that scorpions aren't even like that cool of an insect? Like, you could have been a butterfly general. You could, not to be insulting, like I don't want to insult you. I mean, there wouldn't really be a downfall because you're like super locked up. But do you ever think that like maybe if you were a different insect, like you wouldn't be in this position right now?
Shawnee, can you roll charisma plus level plus a background to get people to listen to you or talk to you, I should say?
Yeah, I would definitely say that if I was a mercenary, people would approach me and want to listen to what I have to say because they obviously want to hire me to do their bad deeds. So I would say 17 plus 3 is 20. 28 if I'm holding my stick, or 27 if I'm not. But I think that I would be holding my stick, so I want to say 28.
You probably are holding your stick. Okay. She sits there for long enough for you to become almost uncomfortable with the silence. But right before you say something again, or anyone else starts to speak, she begins talking, and she's not attempting to talk loudly so that you all can hear her. She's talking as if you are sitting like across from her. And so it's kind of quiet. You guys kind of have to lean in a little to really hear her. And she begins by saying, there once was a scorpion who needed to cross the river. It found a turtle in order to help it cross. The turtle did not want to help the scorpion. It was afraid of the scorpion. It was afraid the scorpion would sting it. The scorpion assured it, you have a hard shell. I cannot sting you. Do not worry. We shall cross this water together. The turtle relented and allowed the scorpion upon its back. And it is true, they crossed the river. When they got to the other side, the scorpion turned to thank the turtle, and on instinct, lashed out, striking it between the eyes and killed it, because that is the scorpion's nature. I did not choose this name for myself, so perhaps a butterfly general would be cooler, but that is not the name that was given to me.
I mean, the turtle wouldn't be dead if you were a butterfly. You know, seems a little bit more independent.
I
But
also
all things aside,
would not need help crossing the river if I were a butterfly.
Exactly. So
really what you're saying is you need people.
are we the turtle? Oh,
I don't want to be the turtle.
stop it. I want to be the turtle, but only if I can be one of those cool turtles that lives forever and has an island on its back. Okay. So now that we have your attention, we have some various questions. Please, I don't know what we're supposed to be asking this lady. Are you good? Are you gonna do good things or bad things?
I'm going to do the things that I am meant to do. Several.
I must interject. My face isn't in the crystal ball, but I'm gonna just gently put my arm around Wise. But I'm not. I was gonna say shoulders, but I'm not tall enough for that. Very gently clap her on the back and then grab her by her robes and pull her back and say, "We already know what. We already know that she's going to destroy everything and enslave people. I mean, think about the scorpion thing that was on our friend's face that we had to free him from. I think maybe we just need to, I don't know. Maybe this line of questioning needs to go another way.
I think you should just go ahead and ask the questions. Yeah. I'll go ahead and ask the first question, though.
Miles, you take it away. I have no tact. I mean, somehow insulting the Scorpion General to her face, Johnny got her to reconsider it and tell us the story, and I don't know. Sorry,
Yeah, things
Miles?
just generally work out for me.
Somehow they do.
Yes.
But Miles, go for it.
Miles, I need you to roll a 20-sided dice for me and tell me what you roll.
Yeah, that makes sense. I rolled a 4. I like your reaction there. Why? That was good. That's to be expected.
Okay.
Yep. Good. I'm gonna ask or have. I'm gonna. I don't know. Speak through. I'll speak through you since you're already a warlord. My question is going to be, what is your plan for the cold-souled one?
A little puppet. Do you really want to know?
Yep, you might as well tell me. I know you're in my head, but, might as well let me in on your plan if you're planning on using me as a puppet.
Puppets don't need to know the plan. They just need to do what I tell them to. In this case, I need you to stab the person you are riding on, and I need you to roll an attack against Vade.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Makes sense.
That's why I was staying in the corner, staying quiet by myself.
You were Vave.
Hey, while this is happening, could I be tasting that brown goo that I collected a while ago?
That's
yeah, roll a d20 for me.
That's a really terrible idea.
I just want to taste a little bit, okay, just to see what happens. Like the tiniest bit. I'm not gonna lie, I did roll a 3.
Why? You take the tiniest little bit and you put it on the tip of your tongue, and all of your muscles kind of seize up, and you are going to be paralyzed.
Nice. Good.
For how long?
For the next few minutes.
Oh, okay.
I will ask you to roll another save here in a little bit. Miles, how is your attack against Vave?
I'm going to deal 19 points of damage to Vave.
All right. So, Miles, you watch
Freaking carried
as your
again.
hand comes up with the dagger, and you just drive it right into the part on Vave's, between Vave's shoulder and neck. Just right into that one crevice in her armor. And yeah, you deal 19 points of damage. Darul, you hear a soft cackle from the crystal ball. She says, it's funny how the one that doesn't know anything perhaps knows most of all.
I don't know what that means.
Wait, is she talking about me?
Miles,
Typically, I'm the one that never knows anything, so I don't know.
I need you to roll another save for me.
Good thing I have my great dice. Wait.
Yeah, my dice are still at the studio.
No, you have to roll a save.
Oh, it's a save?
It's a save.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 5.
You have to make another attack against Vave.
Cool. 1 second.
Can I defend myself in some way, shape, or form?
Or, throw me off.
Yeah.
I stabbed
Yes,
you.
how are you going? All right, yes, you can. So, Dave, roll a strength check. Why? Roll another save against the poison, or the paralyzing. Darul, what are you doing?
Sorry, I need to do it. I need it. I am leaping out at Miles at this moment, seeing him trying to strike Vave another time.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to play into what happened and the rest of it. I'm going to work to knock him unconscious. Just bare fists.
Roll an attack for me. If you are not using one of your hammers, it's going to be just a strength and level attack.
Can I use a background?
For your save? No. Unfortunately. I know, I'm sorry.
Boo.
Saves are not typically have bonuses or backgrounds applied to them.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about it, and it's like, if I lived my whole life in the woods, I'm guessing that I would have eaten like a lot of mushrooms that made me paralyzed or made me hallucinate, and I feel like my body would have built up a reaction against these.
That is very true, which is why I am currently having you roll a normal save, which is an 11 plus, whereas Miles here is having to roll a hard save, which is a 16 plus.
I got an 11!
I probably wouldn't have even gotten a normal save, considering I've rolled a 4 and a 5 the last 2 times. But on another note, I definitely knocked Vave to the ground, and she's dead.
I'm not dead.
You're at 0.
No, I'm not.
I hit you with 17.
You said 11.
17.
You just said 11.
I didn't have my bonus.
Why? No, you don't do that because you're stupid. You said 11.
I knocked her down to 0. So there's that.
They have fallen unconscious. Miles, you stand up and turn towards Darul. Darul, you hit Miles?
Hard. As hard as you possibly
can. 22 is going to be against, if I'm fighting, it's going to be against PD, right?
You are attempting to knock him unconscious and grapple him, correct?
Yeah.
Then yes, it'll be versus his PD.
22 Miles, does that hit?
Yes, it does. Do the damage.
Yep.
I'm actually not sure what barefisted.
I want to say it's a D4.
Okay.
Plus your strength.
Plus strength.
Yeah, so it's going to be 3D4 plus strength. Why? You got an 11. You are able to shake the paralytic off. I mean, you did only take a little bit, and you do experiment with this. So you are able to move again.
I figured it would happen. So, while he's attacking Miles, how does that turn out for him? Like, how does Miles end up? You know,
Well,
like, is he on the ground? Is he like? Are they like hugging?
let's hear how much damage Darul just did.
I'm sorry, are they hugging? You are killing me tonight. 14 points of damage.
Cool. I'm not dead.
You just watch Darul just punch Miles straight across the face. And he kind of drops a little. And as such, Miles, go ahead and roll me that D20 again.
11.
Yeah, unfortunately, when she moved to possess you, she rolled a natural 20. So you're going to have to hit a 16 or higher to break free of her. So
Yeah, I don't suspect I'm ever going to do that, so you guys are just going to want to kill me while you can.
Except when you hit me.
Miles,
I'm on plan.
17.
hang on. So Miles is going to move to attack Darul. Darul, what would you like to do? Hit him back. Why? You
Oh,
are
wait.
going to watch Miles attempt to do this. So what are you going to do?
I want to get some of that brown goo into his mouth. I want to paralyze him. So maybe I could like coat his fist with the paralyzing goo, like just dip it in there, and then when he punches him, it'll get in his mouth and he'll be paralyzed, and we don't have to kill him.
Okay. Miles, roll your attack.
Oh, hey, I'm probably not going to hit you. Don't worry. How does a... I'm sorry. Hold on. How does a 14 do?
It doesn't
Against
matter.
armor class.
Cool.
Okay. The dagger kind of scratches off the armor. Well, I guess you don't really have armor, do you? Darul, as a barbarian.
No, I do. I've got volcanic salamander armor.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, it slides off the salamander scales.
Yeah.
Darul, you are going to roll an attack back against Miles. Why? I would like you, if I can't think of any spell that you would be able to use in order to like physically move something. So this is going to be a dexterity check to see if you can get in there and get some of this goo on Miles's face against his PD, his physical defense. So it's your dex plus level plus a d20 roll. Okay. Darul, what did you roll?
Does a 15 hit PD, Miles?
Yeah.
Okay, roll that damage.
I'm sorry. A 15 does not. A 17 is my...
Okay. Okay. He dodges out of the way.
Can I could I use a background? Okay,
Typically
do you want to
for
hear my story?
attacks, I was going to say, typically for attacks, I say no. But if you give me a story, I might change my mind. Darul, do you have something to change Wise movement, or can this wait till after it?
I think it might. Because if Y's up and moving, then I could say, Y, I'll grab him, you put him to sleep or something. Since she did the
Okay.
sleeping stuff previously.
Okay.
Oh
So,
yeah, I could do this. I have a sleep spell. I could use that if I use it as my daily wizard spell.
but go ahead and roll that, since you had already been moving to do the paralyze. If this doesn't work, then on your next round, you can do the sleep spell. So,
Okay.
what is your background and why should you use it? Convince
Here's my
me.
thought. If you were a bad guy, okay, and you're moving amongst your city, say, you know, there's a typical task you need to get done, like say You want to steal something out of somebody's pocket. I don't know, whatever. You know, you'd hire me because I'm an outlying mercenary to, outer cities, because people see me, they're not intimidated. They're not like, oh, you're going to steal from me, So I feel like I would be very dexterous and very able to just kind of, do things very sneakily. And so I would have a lot of experience with doing things like sneaking things into people's mouths so that they become paralyzed.
All right. What should I say? I'm
Yeah!
feeling generous.
Okay, then let me
Also,
get
I'm afraid
a
Rachel's going to murder
23.
Paul.
Probably.
100% yes.
Easy to hit.
So 23,
Yes, ma'am.
That'll hit.
that hits his PD. Just out of curiosity, so you're scooping it out with your hand and shoving it in his mouth?
Yeah, well, originally I was gonna do like have him put it on his fist and do it, but maybe yeah. Actually, well, actually I have an idea. No, never mind. Yes, I'll just
Okay.
scoop it and shove it in his mouth.
All right, so she scoops it, she shoves it in your mouth. Miles, I need you to make a save against the paralyzing engines.
Give me one of those 11 rolls, okay, or less.
That's the goal.
Hmm.
I rolled a 2, so I mean that's good.
Okay.
Going down.
You feel your muscles seize up. You cannot move the dagger. And Darul and Y, you hear a snarl from the crystal ball. Darul and Y, what would you like to do while Miles is down?
You should probably help her.
Steal all of his healing potions.
Vave, can you roll me a death saving throw?
17.
You are awake. You may take a recovery. Ah, that's what I need. You can take a recovery. And you are fine. Darul.
I'm going to take I'm going to try and take all of the weapons off of Miles and potentially those potions, whatever else, just what I can take off quickly, say to Y and Vave, I'm just going to watch him like a hawk and be ready to hold him down.
Can I still speak? No?
Not
Okay,
until
cool.
you break the paralyzing. Why? Did you have something you wanted to do?
Yes, first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to turn to the crystal ball and do my own little cackle and be like, sorry, your turtle didn't get us this time. Or wait, no, we paralyzed your turtle. and then this is my serious action though. That was just because she's a loser. So I want to talk to Orion and I want to say, all right, the queen or whoever is able to give you your honor, she must have told you a secret on how to, cut this scorpion's tail off, if you're catching my drift. Where's her off button? We have to just rip off her mask. Does she have a mask?
And he reaches up to his necklace, his little pendant, and he pulls it out and he goes, if I can get her to swallow this, that should render her powerless.
Done. Let's go. I'm going to start walking to the chamber with Orion.
I'm actually going to pause you there.
Cool.
And this is where we are going to stop for tonight because it's kind of right on that cusp of the action moving forward. So Miles, starting next time, you're going to have to roll against her compulsion and the paralyzing, unless someone can do something to get rid of those for you. Darul, you have made sure Miles is relatively harmless. Babe, you are alive! Huzzah!
Yay.
And maybe you want to step on Miles. I don't know. I'm not putting thoughts into your head. And hopefully Trip will be able to help starting tomorrow, or not tomorrow, starting next week. Whew. And you guys will figure out what you are going to do in order to stop the Scorpions General. I just want to say thank you to all of our viewers tonight. I know there's a lot of technical difficulties, a lot of things that were probably frustrating. I just thank you for watching with us, playing along, and I hope you'll come back next week. These things should be fixed. We're hoping. And if you want, on Friday night, we have the 5th edition D&D game. It gets worse in Gebercan, and I hear it is just continually getting worse. So tune in for that. Once again, these are the Obsidian Souls, the 13th Age game on Iconic Production, and I am Becca, the GM. Thank you very much. Have a lovely